Assalamualaikum, dan hari ni we are going to predict the 2026-2027 season, the Premier League. It's like almost less than 2 weeks and the Premier League will start, club football will start, and in 20th I will put Hull City. I mean, no offense to Hull City, they got promotion from the playoffs. I think they beat Middlesbrough 1-0, and they faced Middlesbrough, beating them 1-0 to get to the Premier League. Like, since I don't know, it's been a long time since Hull City in the Premier League, and yeah, I'm putting them in 20th. I mean, they signed Zolakis from Olympiacos, a great keeper, 79 rated in FC26. That is pretty good. And like in FC25, I always sign him as the goalkeeper because he's just very good, and he's very young as well, not that old, like maybe 23, 24 years old probably. Yeah, a great starting keeper for Hull City, and an experienced goalkeeper, Jack Butlin. I think on free from Rangers, his last club, and like a transfer that excites me, Morita, the Japanese midfielder from Sporting. So that is interesting, but unfortunately, I have to put in 20th. We just have to see in the Premier League. Their first game is against Manchester United, so let's see the opening weekend. 19th, number 19. I will put Ipswich. I mean, they have made some great transfers, not gonna lie. Like Issa Diop, swooped him from Fulham, a great World Cup 2026 World Cup campaign with Morocco, scoring the late equalizer against Netherlands, and Morocco did win the penalty shootout in that game. Morocco did eventually got knocked out by France. I think it was a 2-0 win for France. Ipswich, their only problem is the goalkeeper, because they don't have like a starting keeper right now, a crucial first team goalkeeper. After selling Muric to Sassuolo, yeah, Ipswich losing a first team goalkeeper, that's a big hit on the team. But yeah, another there's some transfers as well from Ipswich, selain pada Issa Diop, like Daisen Maeda. Daisen Maeda, that's a great transfer from Celtic. But an exciting Japanese winger. I always loved him at Celtic, and they signed Abdul Fatawu. I think yeah, Abdul Fatawu needs like Premier League game time, and Leicester City is just dropping every year, Leicester City. So yeah, he has to get out of that club. Leicester City now in League One. Could you imagine 10 years ago, 2016, Leicester City was the English champions, and 5 years later won the FA Cup, and 5 years later again in League One, the third tier of English football. That is crazy. Leicester City in the EFL League One, man, that is just disappointing. And they signed Chuba Appom on a permanent deal from Ajax, the striker, the Dutch striker, and Florentino famously played at Benfica, but last year he was at Burnley. And Cedric Kipre, a decent midfielder, the Ivorian. Yeah, that's a decent signing, but yeah, Ipswich. Not gonna lie, yeah, you're finishing 19th. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm really excited to see Daisen Maeda. What can he do? Okay, now in 18th, this is last season they played in the Premier League. My hot take: I think Fulham will get relegated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to Fulham. I'm sorry to the London people that supporting in Fulham. But I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, Gonzalo Garcia, what a great signing. Great signing. Because at Real Madrid, he will never get game time with like Vini, there's Mbappe, of course, and so many other talented players. And he will not get like week after week game time. But yeah, this is a great challenge for Gonzalo Garcia. Gonzalo Garcia, I think he will be the main man up top for Fulham. Raul Jimenez left on a free now, returning to Wolves. So maybe I will watch some of the Wolves game in the championship for just Raul Jimenez in the orange kit again, man. Yeah, it's really it will be nice to see Raul Jimenez rocking the Wolves shirt again. And they sold Harry Wilson. They released Harry Wilson now in Leeds United. Harry Wilson, I think he's like one of the best players for Fulham last season, one of their better players. But now in Leeds, and I think Fulham will facing the drop. And like I mentioned before, Issa Diop did left Fulham. It's like one of their better centre backs. Like who are you going to like rely on now? Like Calvin Bassey, and then who else? So defensively, Fulham, I think they will be in shambles. I don't think Bert Leno will hold the wall much longer. He's getting older. So yeah, Bert Leno is cooked. Now, 17th just narrowly avoided relegation. I'm putting the newly promoted side Coventry under Frank Lampard. I think they're a very great team as well, an all-around team, and they signed a new goalkeeper. I think it will be this new starting keeper, Cal Rushworth. He's like a young backup keeper from Brighton, not really getting any game time, like loan after loan, year after year. So yeah, I think this is a great pickup from Coventry. And Caleb Yerenki caught my eye. A recent transfer as well. Defender famously scored a last-minute goal for Ghana against Panama in the recent World Cup group stages, the first game. Caleb Yerenki came this club from the Danish league, Nordsjælland. Nordsjælland famously producing African talents. So many, but I can't name now because my brain is just foggy right now. But there were so many players produced from that youth academy system, Nordsjælland. Yeah, you have to keep an eye of this Danish club. So many. There's so many African talents coming out from this club. And Caleb Yerenki, a defender, great defender, solid, not bad for Ghana. I think it's one of the reasons that Ghana performed really well in the recent World Cup. Yeah, great signing from Coventry. And Loum Chuana, the young right winger, last season played for Burnley. Got some couple of goals, maybe some assists, and lastly, they signed Frank Onyeka, the Nigerian midfielder from Brentford. I think he will start in for this team. The team that I'm putting in 16th is Leeds United. And yeah, technically it's a downgrade from last season. They finished 14th. I mean, last season was incredible for Leeds United. Usually, the three teams that get promoted to the Premier League always just relegated back to the Championship every year. But last season, 2 out of 3 teams that promoted to the Premier League stayed up. Sunderland and Leeds United. Sunderland from the Championship now in Europe. I think they're going to play Europa League. So that is very, very impressive from Sunderland. I'm excited to watch Sunderland games. Maybe, yeah, famously the derby with Newcastle, right? Yeah, really excited to watch that. Leeds United, they didn't lose like their big players. I mean, some of them, like Jack Harrison, will now play in the MLS for New England Revolution. And the failed wonder kid, the French goalkeeper that we thought will start for the France national team somehow, but yeah, he failed. He failed so many injuries. Elian Mehlier now in London Arsenal. Elian Mehlier, but I don't think he'll get like game time. There's no way he'll start over, maybe start over Kepa, but start over David Raya. Nah, that's not gonna happen, innit? They lost a major centre back, Pascal Struijk. I think he played decent at the back for Leeds United last season. And Carl Darlow, I think he was the starting keeper. Or was it the Brazilian keeper? I don't remember who was the starting keeper last season. But Carl Darlow now on a free to Manchester United. But Leeds United signed a new keeper, James Trafford, after a failed transfer to Man City last season. What a waste! What a waste from James Trafford! What a waste from Man City! Because they instantly signed Gianluigi Donnarumma after signing James Trafford. That is disrespectful for James Trafford. And they signed a decent centre back in the Serie A, Tariq Moharemovic, after a standout kind of World Cup campaign with Bosnia Herzegovina, and signed Fulham's main man, Harry Wilson. I think he will be great on that right hand side to feed the strikers, either Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Noah Okafor, Lewis Emeka. I mean, yeah, I think he can feed any striker that he'll play with. Okay, the team I will put in 15th is the Bees. Brentford, I think they had a boring transfer window. Last season they finished in 9th. That is very impressive. Top 10, not bad for Brentford. But I'm worried that will Igor Thiago, after the World Cup campaign, disaster campaign at the World Cup with Brazil, I hope it won't like affect them. I hope not. Yeah, after the loss of Brian Mbeumo, but I like the signing of Dango Owatara last season. I really like that signing, Dango Owatara. I think Coyote did sign permanently for Brentford from a loan last season from Fiorentina, and they signed Callum Wilson on a free. Last season did play for West Ham United, but I think he did absolutely nothing. And I think this is a great signing. Jaden Anthony, one of the standouts last season for Burnley. Yeah, he was great. One of the main men for Burnley. And that's it. That's it for Brentford, the signings. And they sold their one of the experienced midfielders, Jordan Henderson, to Chelsea. Chelsea, I don't know what are they doing signing Jordan Henderson. Yeah, they famously played for Liverpool, winning the Champions League, winning the Premier League. Yeah, not much for Brentford. They finish in 15th. Okay, now the team will finish in 14th. Nombor 14. I think it is Everton. They had they had a very weird transfer window. They signed Brennan Johnson from Crystal Palace that the season before that did score winning goal against Man United in the Europa League last season at Crystal Palace. That was an weird transfer as well. He did nothing in at Palace. Christian Norgard, bruv, last season played for Arsenal, but just like various of games, barely any game time. Everton did sign a young player, a young forward from Chelsea, Tyreek George. I thought he would be like the next big thing, not the next big thing. I mean, like at least getting few games. I'm like a rotation player for Chelsea, but now he is an Evertonian. Dwight McNeil is sold to Crystal Palace. So yeah, so Brennan Johnson go there and Dwight McNeil go there. So yeah, that is very interesting. Okay, now the team that will finish in 13th, nombor 13 is for me is Sunderland. I mean, yeah, a decent mid-table finish last season was a miracle from coming to the championship, expecting maybe dropping back to the championship, But no, they stayed up. Not only stayed up, getting Europe. And I think they might win the Europa League if they focus more on the Europa League, right? I think they will drop in the Premier League a bit. So that's why I put them like in the lower mid table. 13th place. I think that's a fair position for Sunderland. And they signed Thomas Munier. I think that's a great signing for the right back position. He's decent. He was decent in the World Cup with Belgium, getting to the quarterfinals with Belgium. That expected to getting grouped or like getting a early knockout exit. Okay, now number 12. Number 12. I predicted Newcastle. I think they will flop. They last season disappointing. No Europe, nothing. Their big players are leaving. Sandro Tonali now in Tottenham. Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal. Anthony Gordon to Barcelona. And Kieran Trippier gone to Wolves in the Championship. Aaron Ramsdale was only a loan last season from Southampton. Now back to Southampton. They didn't sign him on a permanent deal. I think it was solid. Yeah, replacing Nick Pope. Nick Pope, of course, every season he's injured, man. I'm worried for Newcastle because they are signing players, but not like big name. I'm not saying that Newcastle need to sign a big name player, but at least a decent players, decent group of players to replace this spots. Kau nak depend on siapa? Like who's the striker? Nico Voltemada? No, he is bad. Very, he had a disaster campaign with Germany in the World Cup. Like you can't depend on like Anthony Alanga, like Jacob Murphy or something. Dan Burn, bro. Dan Burn was the worst defender, one of the worst defenders in the World Cup. They need a goalkeeper. Martin Dubravka now in Tottenham. Ramsdale back in Southampton. And Nick Pope is an injury-prone goalkeeper. How is that even possible? How are you injury-prone as a goalkeeper? Right? So they should have signed James Trafford, but now he is in Leeds. You are too late for that transfer now. You are too late. If somehow there's a savior, maybe sign Unai Simon, but maybe Athletic Bilbao will not sell him. But kau nak sign siapa? Nick Pope je kau nak rely? Kau nak rely on Nick Pope? No, he's injury prone. You have no first team keeper. So yeah, I'm putting them in 12. In my 11th place, nombor 11 in the Premier League table, I put Crystal Palace. I think it's another mid-table finish like every season, and probably they will win like maybe a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. They signed Dwight McNeil, like I mentioned before, and they signed Takahiro Tomiyasu. Last season was in Ajax, I think. Ajax signed him. He was a free agent before Ajax signed. Now in Crystal Palace, and I love the Japanese partnership with Daichi Kamada lah. Nanti main dengan Takahiro Tomiyasu. Excited to see. And they signed a decent centre back, a Spanish centre back from Celta Vigo, Oscar Mingueza. Oscar Mingueza from Celta Vigo. Maxence Lacroix. Oh, what a hit blow in the defense. Because I think that is one of the crucial defenders for Crystal Palace, but Lacroix is gone. They should replace him. I mean, I don't know. Can Oscar Mingueza maybe he could do a job in that position? They have Chris Richards. I think that's it for the centre back department. Okay, in 10th place, literally the middle of the table. I put Brighton. They will play, I think, Conference League, right? So I think they are one of the title contenders to win the Conference League. Hey, could you imagine Brighton winning the Conference League? If they won it, yeah, but they won more European trophies than Arsenal then. But if they will win the Conference League, so hey, let's wait for it, man. But they signed Luka Vuskovic. That's a great signing. A great young centre back out on loan at Hamburg SV. Scored like 6 goals, I think. 6 goals as a centre back, by the way. As a centre back, 7 goals and 6 goals. Sorry, 6 goals or something as a centre back. And they signed Pascal Struijk. I think this is great replacements for Van Hecke and Veltman. And Danny Welbeck is in Chelsea now. Chelsea, I don't know what are they doing. Do they even have a plan on transfers? It's like are you young? We signed you. Oh, are you old? Yeah, we signed you. It's just like that, bro. That's the plan of Chelsea. James Milner recently retired from professional football all around. So yeah, his career truly over now. He's retired. In ninth, I will put Nottingham Forest. Last season they barely avoided relegation in like 16th above Tottenham, and they sold one of their better midfielders and Elliot Anderson to Man City for like 100 something, bro. 115 charges. But yeah, a huge blow. But they still have Morgan Gibbs White. I think that's a great player to keep. And I don't know Chris Wood will score many goals that much, but they signed a brilliant, great centre back, Usman Diomande, the Ivorian centre back from Sporting. Yeah, I think he's a great signing for Nottingham Forest. And Javier Schlager, the Austrian from RB Leipzig. Uh, don't know anything much about him. I think just a normal signing, I guess. Normal signing. And Stefan Ortega, Willy Bola, and Angus Gunn is released. Now they are free agents. Free agents. So nothing much. Nottingham Forest will not play in Europe, so that's why I placed their this high as well. And I think they will do better. Okay, now in eighth. Last season they finished in sixth. Now they are playing in the Europa League. It is AFC Bournemouth, the Cherries. I hope they do great this season. Finish in 8th, top 10. Brilliant finish, yeah, right? And hope maybe go to the knockouts. Maybe maximum, I think, semis, the best that they can do. Probably win the whole thing, Bournemouth, if they can. They signed Juan Los Sanchez, the right back from Sevilla. Antonio Silva from Benfica, of course, the Portuguese centre back. Surely replaces Marcos Senesi punya role. So I hope he do great. And Troffert, the left back last season that they signed was brilliant. What a signing! I think he played very great last season. Alvaro Rodriguez, the former Real Madrid player, he was kind of the player that is in the uprising, in the upcoming players, but yeah, just failed. You cannot break into that first team of the Real Madrid team. Marco Senesi now in Spurs. I think that's a great signing for Spurs. Alex Jimenez loaned out to Fiorentina, and you know why he left, bro. It's just disgusting, It's just disgusting what he has done. Now, we are in the top six. Tottenham Hotspur in six. I mean, if they get relegated, it will be so funny, bro. It's so funny if Tottenham Hotspur get relegated. I mean, back-to-back seasons in the 17th spot. Roberto De Zerbi did just take on the job late in the season. So yeah, but you have to give him a chance a bit. And the signings that they made. Sandro Tonali, great signing. Matheus Fernandes, bit overpriced, but I think it's okay. From West Ham United. Paul Van Hecken, great signing. The centre back, Martin Dubravka, solid backup keeper. Maybe the starting keeper if Vicario actually stay in the team. And Andy Robertson from Liverpool, of course, famously. Marcus Senesi, recently that I said. If they like get below 15th or below 14th, Tottenham, a massive disappointment, bro. Massive disappointment if they below 14th. Number 6, put Chelsea, but after the preseason, I could I am not shocked if they finish below 8th, right? After preseason, oh, just massive disappointment, loss after loss. Like, got one win, but it was against an Australian team as well. Australian team, it was 6-4. Could you imagine Chelsea conceding 4 goals to an Australian side? Technically, I think they were originally from New Zealand, but still, bro, what? What? No, you can't be real, man. You can't be real. How, Chelsea? How? How could you concede 4 goals? And like they beat AC Milan, but AC Milan is very bad after um, s- hiring Ruben Amorim. They lost every game, I think, after the appointment. But bro, they signed Jordan Henderson, Danny Welbeck. Bro, what? I mean, Giovanni Quenda, dia dah confirm lama dah, tapi dia baru masuk kat Chelsea. Marco Palestra, don't know anything about him. Max Lacroix, decent centre back from Crystal Palace that they signed. Ferretin Barco, FU, and Morgan Rogers for a big fee from Aston Villa, like 115 million something, bro. That is too overpriced. But Chelsea, the aim, of course, Europe after a horrendous season last season. So yeah, the aim is just Europe. The top 4 for me in 4th is Aston Villa. Aston Villa will get Europe. Not many big transfers, not gonna lie. They sold Morgan Rogers for a huge fee. Yuri Tillemans, what a bargain. Man United signed him. Lucas Digne to PSG. Lucas Digne was a great player last season. Everyone was sleeping on him as a left back. He was great. Alejandro Garnacho on loan? Bro, nah. He's not gonna get any game time. João Gomez, great signing. Wolves midfielder, great signing from Aston Villa. And Johan Manzambi, what a signing! What a signing from Freiburg. Aston Villa, this is a great signing. After a great World Cup campaign with Switzerland. Yeah, one of the most exciting players in the Premier League right now. I'm trust in this kid. And Aston Villa will get 5th. Now, my top 4. In 4th, I have Liverpool. Liverpool last season, not the best. In 5th place, not the best at all after winning the Premier League the season before that. Last season, fifth. Very disappointing. The former champions getting fifth, that is very disappointing for Liverpool and for the Liverpool fans. But they made some awful deals. Julian Araujo, no. Julian Araujo, why did they sign this Uruguayan bum on loan? I don't care if it's a loan or I don't care if it's a permanent deal. It's still Araujo is bad, bro. In the recent years, his decline is very crazy, bro. It's insane. The decline. They signed Victor Munoz. I mean, did nothing in the World Cup. I mean, big fee for the striker from Osasuna. And they sold Salah to Trabzonspor, the same club with Andre Onana. That is insane. That is very interesting to see. And Andy Robertson to Spurs and Ibrahima Konate to Real Madrid for free. All of these transfers for free. They got no profit. No profit at all. Yeah, for free. It's like, yeah, this is very bad management. Yeah, no money coming to the squad, to the team, nothing. But Ariola, I think he's a great manager. Like guided Bournemouth to Europe. Yeah, that is impressive from Ariola. So let's see, can he do a great job replacing Arne Slot, the bald fraud that he is? Let's see. This Spanish manager, does he have Spanish magic like Pep Guardiola, Mikel Arteta? We shall see. In third, I put Manchester City. Manchester City last season, I think they finished in second. No, Enzo Maresca, I think they have to gel in the team first. But they in the transfer window they are very slow right now, only signing Elliot Anderson and some young players. And they sold, of course, James Trafford, like I mentioned. Bernardo Silva to Real Madrid. That's a huge blow in the midfield. I mean, yeah, they are losing Rodri right now to Barcelona. So the midfield is needed to revamped. They need signings in that midfield, and Ayub Buadi, the young Moroccan, that is going to change things. He is a great controller in that midfield. The Morocco, and one of the biggest factors that Morocco went to the quarterfinals. He was great in the World Cup. And FNIK to Fenerbahce, not too bothered about that. From Man City, John Stones, though, he's a crucial defender for the team, and now signed to Inter, signed for Inter for free, man. No money, no money going into the Man City account. But I don't think they need money anyways. But still, they need more signings. They need more signings. Man City, get some work done, man. And second, I'm putting Man United. Hey, why not? But I think we can win the Premier League as well. That is just, I just don't know yet. But I think second is very doable. Very doable. We signed Yuri Tillmans for a bargain, 35 million euros for a world class midfielder that performed well in the World Cup with Belgium. And Andrew Santos in the friendlies from Chelsea, in the friendlies recently. Oh man, I love this guy, man. Andrew Santos, what a midfielder, what a signing. Carl Darlow from Leeds. He should have. It's really interesting. Maybe he should have been called up for Man United. Nanti akan lawan Leeds. So kalau dia start lawan Leeds, friendly besok nanti, that's a interesting. That is very interesting if he'll play. And signed Orozco, the young Colombian midfielder from Fortaleza, and we signed Thompson, the young Englishman from Spurs. Yeah, nothing much about it. And we sold Radek Vitek, man. Radek Vitek, one of my favorite youth academy players, but now to Middlesbrough. I wish him the best of luck to Middlesbrough, and I hope he maybe get the first team choice, the first goalkeeper choice in the championship. And Altay Bayindir loan out to Celta Vigo, getting game time probably, and Rasmus Højlund, Napoli, a permanent deal after last year was a loan. Andre Onana, loaned again to Trabzonspor another year. Tyrell, Malacia, Sancho, and Casemiro was released for free. Casemiro has signed for Inter Miami now. Aku rasa dah buat debut dia dah. But he did score an own goal in the second game. So, yeah, man. But yeah, Man United can get second, bro. I hope they get second. I hope they make a title race. Fight for the Premier League after like 13 years after the last Premier League that we won. Now, finally, the moment of truth. The number one. I had to say this. I had to say it. I think it's Arsenal back to back, man. Arsenal going back to back. Hey, I'm a United fan. I think Arsenal gonna win again. Second year in a row, Arsenal will win. They signed Christos Zolis, the left winger, the Greek left winger from Club Brugge. Hey, great signing. Great signing. Aku dah tahu dia lama dah sebelum Arsenal sign dia, because the Greek national team. And Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle for 75 million. Decent. Pierre Hincapié on a permanent transfer last season was just on loan. Elian Mehlier from Leeds United for free. And they sold Karl Hein to Werder Bremen. Jakub Kivior now to Porto. And they sold Christian Norgard to Everton. So yeah, I think Arsenal going to win back to back. I just hate to say it. Ah, man. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. And subscribe for more, and follow my TikTok account. It's the same name of this channel. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.